I don't know if you know this, but out of all the suicides, people that killed themselves in the land of Israel, out of all the suicides, 1/3 are new immigrants. And I believe that the call on Betzalel, I think it's time to be bold and say, God is calling for skilled laborers. Come on, we need people right now to labor in the harvest.
2017년도 전 세계에 있던 유대인들이 이스라엘로 돌아온 그 알리아의 숫자는 약 5,000명 정도 됐었다고 합니다. 그로부터 1년 뒤인 2018년도에는 2배가 늘어난 1,500명 정도였다라고 하고요. 금년에는 아마도 그 숫자보다도 훨씬 더 늘어날 것이다 이렇게 예측을 한다고 합니다. 이렇게 전 세계에서 유대인들이 이스라엘로 돌아오는 그 숫자가 점점 늘어나는 것은 물론 최근 들어서 전 세계에서 일어나고 있는 이 반유대주의 물결 때문이기도 하지만 무엇보다도 하나님께서 구약성경 예레미야서 31장 8절에서 9절까지 예언하셨던 것처럼 결국은 전 세계에 흩어졌던 그 유대인들을 다시 이스라엘로 불러 모을 것이라는 그 예언의 말씀이 지금 이스라엘 땅에서 성취되고 있다는 것을 보여주는 얘기죠. 그렇다면 1년에 이렇게 10,000명 이상씩이나 되는 유대인들이 이스라엘이라는 나라에 돌아와서 과연 잘 적응하고 정착하고 살고 있느냐 이런 의문이 들지 않을 수 없는데요. 이런 문제를 해결하기 위해서 이스라엘의 메시아닉 유대인들이 또 팔을 걷어붙이고 나섰습니다. 알리아 리턴 센터라는 것을 만들어서 돌아온 유대인들이 우선은 이스라엘에 잘 적응할 수 있도록 돌봐주고 또 교육도 시켜주고 이런 일들을 한다고 합니다. 그래서 오늘은 제가 이 알리아 리턴 센터의 공동 설립자이자 운영이사인 하임 멜스핀 이분과 함께 이야기를 좀 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. Hi, nice to meet you, 하임. 샬롬. 알리아 리턴 센터 오늘 제가 이곳에 왔는데 이곳이 갈릴리 호수의 남쪽 지역이에요. 아주 넓은 곳에 여러 채의 건물들 있고 아주 전망도 좋은 갈릴리 남쪽 지역에 특별히 이 장소에 알리아 리턴 센터가 세워진 이유가 있습니까?
The reason that we established the Aliyah Return Center here in the Galilee, where Yeshua, Jesus, did 29 out of his 34 miracles, the majority of his ministry was here. You know in the Bible where it says, you men of Galilee, not you men of Israel, you men of Galilee. There's a special call of, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. It talks about this land of Zebulun and Naphtali, this place that sat in darkness for thousands of years. It says, I will honor the Galilee of the nations. It talks about this exact spot. It says, by way of the Sea of Galilee, along the Jordan River. It says, this is where the light shines. And we see many people here in need. There are many poor people here who are in what's called the periphery of Israel. And that's why we want to reach out to them, especially even the government understands that this is the place to develop. They don't need more people to crowd into Jerusalem and Tel Aviv and Haifa and Beersheba. It's time to develop the rest of Israel. We have much room here. The Golan, we have here the Sea of Galilee area. And I believe this is the place that God has his heart on. As Yeshua started here and it ended in Jerusalem, went to the ends of the earth, again, as we're at the culmination of history, he will start here a great revival, which will move to Jerusalem, and it's going to have everything to do with the rest of the world. That's why it's called the Galilee of the Nations.
1년에 10,000명 이상씩이나 되는 유대인들이 이스라엘로 이제 알리아를 한다고 하는데 그 10,000명 이상 되는 사람들이 모두 이 알리아 리턴 센터에 올 수는 없는 일이고 어떤 사람들이 오고 어떤 과정을 거쳐서 이곳에 오게 됩니까?
Indeed, 10,500 people came in 2018 to make their Aliyah, which was a 45% increase from 2017, which then was only 6,500 people. But you remember when the Russians came? There was about over 1 million Russians came, and my father-in-law helped. Many different Christian groups helped to bring them on the buses, on the ships, on the planes, raise the funds for them to come. But when they got to the land of Israel, there wasn't enough places to receive them. Many of them felt alone. I don't know if you know this, but out of all the suicides, people that killed themselves in the land of Israel, out of all the suicides, 1/3 are new immigrants. They don't have the community. They don't have the love of Messiah. The Bible clearly says in Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 41, it says, I will plant them in the land with all of my heart and all of my soul. I will plant the Jewish people in this land. That's not coming and dying. They must have roots like a tree. They must grow. So yeah, many people hear about us on the Facebook, whether it could be people that are made the Aliyah on their own. It could be families and they don't have any place to stay. They don't yet know the language. They don't yet have a job. They don't yet know how to sign apartment. They don't yet know, I have to go to the army. I have to train for the army. How do I get married here? How do I open a business? You see? They get scared, many questions, and we say, you can stay for free. So there's families, there's single people, there's many different kinds, and they find us in many different ways.
그러면 일단 이스라엘로 알리한 그 유대인들이 이곳에 오게 되면은 우선 뭐 먹여주고 재워주고는 하겠지만 여기서 무슨 교육을 시킵니까? 뭐 직업 교육이라든가 아니면 뭐 기본적인 이스라엘에 적응할 수 있는 것들을 가르친다든가.
The New Testament, Yeshua said, if you see your brother, has no place to go, you bring him in. You has no food, you give him food. Had no clothes, you give him clothes. So we do that. That's the basic, but we don't stop there. Here, there's the agricultural school where people can learn a trade. They can learn instead of, here's a can of beans for you to eat. No, it's, do you know how to grow these beans? Not give a fish, teach someone to fish, So we say you can go and learn from the very thing that made Israel a regional water superpower in the water, like the reverse osmosis, aquaponics, hydroponics, aeroponics, the fish farming and drip irrigation, netafim, amiyad systems, all that's from the Galilee. So they're able to learn that while they're here and to have a trade. We also help them open a business. We're trying to start an incubator. Many Jewish people have good business ideas, and we say, okay, what's your idea? We will try to connect you maybe with an investor, maybe from Korea, maybe from China, maybe from United States, maybe from Australia. And they can together, Jew and Gentile, make a business together in our incubator, even if they don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe. Okay, we are going to help them have a free stay, have a blessing here. Also, we're able to connect them to a community. If they want to come to a local congregation, let's say they want to come to the local synagogue, we connect them with, so they don't feel alone and want to commit suicide.
이스라엘 사람들 전체 자살한 분들 중에 한 3분의 1이 이스라엘로 이제 새롭게 알리한 사람들이 이렇게 자살한다는 얘기는 굉장히 좀 충격적이고 놀라운 이야기인데 왜 이렇게 적응을 못하고 자살까지 할까요?
When people come and they make their aliyah, there isn't anyone that really welcomes them. When I made my aliyah, we felt very alone. I came with our family of 8 people, and it was very hard for us. You try to find a job, you don't understand the language. You try to go to the school, you don't know. It takes a while until you're able to be acclimated, acculturated, integrated, absorbed. These are the words that mean connecting to your heart to the land. You look at these streets and you say, will I live and die here? Will I be buried here? This is my home. Yes, it is. And over time, you start to feel that you are a Galilean, like me, a Galilean.
이스라엘로 알리한 유대인들 중에는 원래 살던 나라에서 기독교인이나 캐톨릭 신자들한테 이 유대인이라는 이유 때문에 핍박을 받거나 그런 게 싫어서 이스라엘로 온 사람들이 많을 거예요. 그리고 더군다나 이스라엘은 유대교 국가인 줄 알고 왔는데 알리아 리턴 센터라는 곳에 갔더니 예수 믿는 유대인들이 막 환영하고 이러면 아마 그들이 굉장히 좀 충격을 받고 놀랄 것 같아요. 어떻습니까? 새로운 이민자들에게 우리는 예수를 믿는 사람들이 운영하는 곳입니다라고 이렇게 얘기를 먼저 합니까? 아니면은 얘기를 하지 않고 생활하면서 슬쩍슬쩍 이렇게 예수와의 복음을 전하는 그런 방식을 택합니까?
The new immigrants that come here are so surprised because they say, are you working with the government? And I say, well, we are working in friendship with the government, in collaboration with the government, but we are not receiving any money from the government or from anyone. It's all from donations and it's all from believers around the world. They are very surprised and they even say, ooh, should I stay there? I heard Christians are bad. I don't know. At first, it's a little bit hard. I've never stayed with Christians. I've never read the New Testament. Some of them don't even read the Old Testament. So they need to understand that they are part of a fulfillment of prophecy. That even when I made my own aliyah, I didn't know that I was doing what God had said clearly. You know, in Isaiah chapter 49, verse 22, you know, it says, the nations will carry the Jewish people in their arms and bring them to Israel, in their arms and on their shoulders. So over time, they're very blessed, happy, and every single person maintains relationship, comes back, and it's an ongoing relationship, and it's wonderful.
새로운 이민자들, 이스라엘에 처음 온 사람들, 그들에게 이곳에서 먹고 자고 기술을 가르쳐주고 같이 생활하면서 어떤 식으로 예수와의 복음을 전하고 있습니까?
I'm very glad that you asked this because there's many different scenarios in this world where people want to bring the love of Yeshua to everyone around us. And I think that this model, I like to call it the fertile soil model. Fertile soil is the good soil where you can plant and the tree will grow strong. The people come and they stay 6 months. They get to understand and break down the barriers as they ask questions. Where am I? Who are you? How did you guys come here? Or why did you guys come here? What do you believe? So they ask the questions and we're able to then respond where they really want to and say it's because of the love of Yeshua. It's because Christians from around the world care. But I thought Christians don't care. I thought they want to do Holocaust on us. I thought they want to do torture instruments in the church. Well, now you see the practical truth. There are Christians here renovating these buildings for you to stay in. There's Christians here providing the food, cooking the food. There's Christians here doing the Sing Together, where we have both Jews and non-Jews coming together and singing a Hebrew song in Hebrew here like we're having soon in right here in the Jordan Valley.
알리아 리턴 센터로 들어온 그 유대인들에게 예수와의 사랑으로 그들을 이렇게 돌봐주고 또 교육도 시키는 거 우리는 참 좋은 방법이다 이렇게 생각하지만 이스라엘 정부에서는 굉장히 불편하게 생각할 수도 있을 것 같은데 어떻습니까? 이스라엘 정부 기관으로부터 관리 감독을 받거나 그러진 않습니까?
Is there a fear that because there are many believers in Yeshua, both Jewish and not Jewish, who are here working, who actually are Zionists, who love the land of Israel, who pour out their very, that we sweat in the sun for the restoration of this land and believe in the prophetic words, they say, hey, is this not a threat? Because how will the new immigrants not be influenced by this? Or so the thing is, we say the honest truth. We say, look, we're not going to change who we are. We're not going to hide who we are, but we're also not going to force anyone. We're not going to tell someone, you have to sit there and listen to everything I have to say about Yeshua. If they want to know, and everyone wants to know why we are here, who we are, then we answer them, we tell them. So that's wonderful, and that is a kind and loving approach. And I think with Israel, we have to, the believers, the Christians around the world have to have a kind approach because of the history of the church. There has to be a approach which comes out of a place of love. And that's what we do, and it's working. Yes, we've had people say, well, we are going to monitor you very closely. We're going to send rabbis to check on you, to watch you. We said, good. Yesterday there was a rabbi here and we got to talk about how does this work, and I said the same thing I'm saying. Of course we believe in Yeshua, but we're not going to force. There's no forcefulness. There's no coercing. One of the things they said, hey, but you might try to do like what the Muslims do. The Muslim Brotherhood, they say for the poor person, here is a gift. Now you owe me jihad. You better vote for me. You are my slave. Because poor person, I gave you something. We say, oh, we don't even have anything. No, we have unconditional love. There's no conditions. And many people come here and they continue to want to come back. Even if maybe they don't necessarily believe right away in Yeshua, but the relationship is grown and there is a seed of love from the Master within their hearts.
그런데 이제 알리아라는 게 어느 특정한 한 나라에서만 계속 이스라엘로 오는 게 아니라 전 세계에서 오는 거 아닙니까? 아프리카에 살던 유대인 또는 유럽과 중국과 러시아 전 세계에 있던 유대인들이 이스라엘로 오는 건데 물론 다 그들이 유대인이라고는 하지만 그래도 오랜 세월 동안 그 나라에서 살던 그 삶의 방식이 있었을 텐데 그런 사람들이 이렇게 한 자리에 모여서 살다 보면 서로 막 부딪히고 안 맞고 그런 부분도 있을 것 같아요. 그럴 때는 어떻게 하십니까?
To answer that question, I think I have to go back to when Eliezer ben Yehuda first revived the Hebrew language. He saw that sure we have Jewish blood, we are an ancient people from the, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and since Jacob on, but there is very, very different looking and sounding and feeling. Some people say, hey, we are from Syria. Okay, it's almost like an Arab person, Arab culture, but they are Jewish, but they are in an Arab culture. There's those from America, very different. Those in Canada, in Australia, and they have to all come together. You have someone from Ethiopia. When they fly on the plane, this is true. They were lighting fire on the plane to cook the food on the plane in the air. And they said, no, stop, you can't do this. There's very different scenarios that people came from when they made their aliyah. And Eliezer ben Yehuda said, we must start to learn the Hebrew. And that's one of the things that we do here, is we want to connect them with a place to learn Hebrew. Or we also have Hebrew lessons both for the Christians and for the new immigrants that we are starting now. If there's a heart to connect with the land and the people, they will come with a heart to learn. When you have someone who's coming to learn, they're not coming to say, this is what I did before, this is what I did before. And it will clash sometimes. But they come because they want something new. And we're able to bring that new thing, the land and the people and the culture of the Bible and of Israel. Same for the Christians even. The Christians who come here, they're not making aliyah, but they're coming here for a season. Some come for the 3-month internship. Some go finish the 3-month internship and they say, I'm wanting to come and again for 1 year, 2 year. We can get our visas, we can get visas for people to stay for 1 year, 2 year after they first did the 3-month and they're approved. But when they come, I say, we are not here to debate. We are here to learn to relate to the Jewish people, to celebrate what God is doing and to participate in the fulfillment of His word.
그런가 하면 이 알리아 리턴 센터에서 크리스천들도 일로 초청을 해서 크리스천들에게도 이 이스라엘과 유대인에 대해서 가르치는 그런 프로그램도 있다면서요?
This land of Israel, it has a very specific call on it. And God said to the Jewish people, they must be lights to the nations. And it also, the Galilee region here in the north is called the Galilee of the nations. It's found in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. And that is all about discipleship. In the Western mindset, as opposed to the Eastern mindset, in the West, it's all very Greek. It's all about, is the light on? Is the light off? Is it dark? Is it light? Is it converted? Is it not converted? Is it AC current, DC current, electricity? What is, this or this? But discipleship says, when you get born again, it's only the beginning of a journey. When a baby is born, it's not the end of the journey. This is the beginning of the journey. They must learn, how do they eat? How do they walk? How do they relate to the Jewish people? How do they understand that the Bible started here and Jerusalem, and not the Vatican, Jerusalem is where God will dwell. In Zechariah chapter 8, it says, I'm greatly zealous for Zion, for Jerusalem. So how does the Christian understand this? So we've come up with the Ambassador Academy, and there's different courses in there. One of those is DJI, Discipleship Journey in Israel, is part of the Ambassador School, the Ambassador Academy. And people come from all over the world. Even now, right now, the disciples are here in the Galilee, and they're learning the 4 pillars. They're learning how to relate in the government, as pioneers, as in the military, and as people of faith. How did that historically relate to what God's doing? How does it relate today with what God's doing? And how does it relate in the future with what God is doing? It connects a lot of dots. You can't do this on a tour. People come on the tour, they only meet 2 Israelis. They meet the driver and the tour guide. That's all, and then they go home. But now it's time to meet the people. I want them to meet in the Knesset. I want them to get the cards. I want them to meet in the pioneers. We want them to meet the people of faith. We want them to also meet the people in the military and understand how to work together in a practical way. Not only spiritual, practical. It must be full body.
그럼 그 앰버서더 아카데미에 참석하려면 어떻게 됩니까?
In order to join the Ambassador Academy, we just go to aliyahreturncenter.com and then go to discipleship. And you will see in there how to sign up, the different programs, when they are. I will say this, I have never before in my life seen lives changed like this. Many people come on a tour and they say, my life was changed. And it was, but not to this level. This level is people who are committed to what God is doing in the land of Israel and the revival in their nation as it relates to the restoration of Israel.
그 많은 강의를 하임 혼자 다 하는 건 아니죠.
You were asking, who are the teachers? Well, praise God, there are a great variety of teachers that believe in Yeshua from all over the land of Israel. We have, 1 month in Jerusalem area. They stay 1 month in Jerusalem. And then there's 1 month in the Galilee. They stay in the Aliyah Return Center. But we don't just stay here. We do trips. We have teachers that come. We go to meet, have worship, reach out, do many, many different things, connect with all kinds of different people. We have the best teachers of the Galilee, and in the Jerusalem part, we have the best teachers of Jerusalem because Revive Israel is the one that we work with. So they go to Revive Israel, and there they have all of the most amazing teachers that God has brought together in Jerusalem. But not just this. On top of wonderful teachers who believe in Yeshua, there also are professionals, archaeologists. They might not believe in Yeshua. Generals, like Avigdor Kahalani, for example. They get to meet up with pioneers like kibbutz leaders, heroes that made Aliyah, that were in the Palmach, that were in, that started Israel. They get to even meet up with government people. And there's a great connections that are formed when you don't have to, quick, get on the bus. Quick, go on the bus. Quick, we must go. There's a little more time. 2 months is a long time.
그리고 또 여기에 Sing Together라는 그 프로그램이 있다 그러던데 그건 뭡니까?
I think it's one of the most exciting things because it directly fulfills, again, prophecy. This whole place is about fulfilling prophecy. If you look up Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 7, you see, if you look up Isaiah 55, it talks about the Aliyah, talks about the returning to the land of Israel, but it talks about singing. Even the trees of the field will clap their hands. There will be music in this land. So we thought, wow, doesn't it say the nations will sing and say the Lord in Psalms, it says the nations will say the Lord has done great things for them and the Lord has done great things for us and we are glad. So there's a harmony of the nations and Israel together. So we said, we have to bring them together and sing a song. What song? Every time we do an event, and we don't just do it in the Galilee, we do it all over Israel and all over the world. But we started here in the Galilee, and we brought in and we said we invite everyone, whether they are Arab, Jew, government, Druze, whether they are Aramaic society, whatever they are, they come together along with believers in Yeshua and Christians from the nations, and they come, and it was inspired really by the president of Israel. When it was the 70th birthday of Israel, the president of Israel, he said, we should be singing together a song. So what we did is we came together and we learned a Hebrew song. We came together and sang a Hebrew song. And it was a beautiful thing. And we said, we should continue this because there's many people that can't come to Israel. So after we did about 3 or 4 here in the Galilee, we started to do them in different countries where you invite the synagogues, even if they don't believe in Yeshua, and the churches, and you say, come together, we're going to sing a Hebrew song in Toronto, in Macedonia, in Uganda, Africa, Kampala, in the United States, in Canada. We're going to bring together the synagogues and the churches, and they're going to meet and sing a Hebrew song. But it's better than just, now we learned a Hebrew song, there's friendships. From this place of friendships, they can sing together, now they can learn together, Ambassador Academy, and now they can work together. Sing together, learn together, work together. The work together is here in the land. And like I said, even helping those immigrants to get a job. Maybe there can be an investor working together. Maybe there can be volunteers come work together. There's many, many ways to work together. And then we send the video to everyone and it creates a connection. We're all about creating a prophetic connection, preparing the way of the Lord. Do you know that we are living in the culmination of history? The last chess of history will be the restoration of Israel. This is the last chess move before the return of Yeshua to earth. And we believe that this is all part of opening of the veil being removed from the eyes and the heart, the spirit being poured out on all flesh.
알리아 리턴 센터를 이렇게 쭉 둘러보다 보니까 아직도 공사하는 데가 많더라고요. 혹시 한국에서 이 방송을 보시는 분들 중에 이 알리아 리턴 센터에 가서 좀 자원봉사로 돕고 싶다, 내가 갖고 있는 기술은 뭐 페인트 칠하는 거다 또는木工일을 잘한다. 건축과 관련된 일이라든가 전기와 관련된 기술을 가진 분들이 만약에 여기 와서 자원봉사로 이렇게 일을 하고 싶다 그러면 가능한 일입니까?
That would be a huge, huge blessing. You know how there's that verse that says, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few? Something that the minister of defense of Israel, when he came here, he was very curious as to the fact that there are Christians who want to come here and work at all. He said, you can't be true. You're saying that there are Christians that come here, they don't want to just take a selfie picture by the Muslim gold mosque in Jerusalem, you know, the Muslim gold mosque. So he says, many Christians only want to take selfie picture there and then go home. And I said, well, there are some that actually read the Aliyah scriptures. And there are some who want to be part of this because God told them to be part of it in Isaiah 49 verse 22, Isaiah 14 verse 1, and many places throughout the Word of God. And he says, but they don't read the Old Testament. They only are allowed to read the New Testament. I said, no, they can read the whole thing, the whole Bible. And so what I find exciting, there isn't very many, but there are a few people who say, we are willing to take the second mile, to go the second mile. And we're willing to pour out our heart and even work in the hot sun. Yes, even renovating. And I believe that the call on Betzalel, you remember when they built the tabernacle? I think it's time to be bold and say, God is calling for skilled laborers. If they are skilled in carpentry or plumbing or electricity or even media or anything, computers, editing, QuickBooks, you know, come on. We need people right now to labor in the harvest.
이 알리아 리턴 센터 바로 위가 이제 2000년 전에 예수님께서 사역하셨던 아름다운 갈릴리 호수고 또 바로 옆이 요단강이 흘러가고 있어요. 이 아름다운 곳이 2000년 만에 이스라엘로 돌아온 유대인들이 이스라엘에서 잘 살아갈 수 있도록 적응하고 정착하는 그 좋은 장소가 되고 또 이곳에서 예수와를 만나는 그런 놀라운 일들이 앞으로도 계속 많이 일어나기를 바라고요. 그러기 위해서 우리 하임씨께서도 알리아 리턴 센터 잘 좀 지켜주시고 계속 사역을 잘 좀 해주시기를 부탁드리겠습니다. 오늘 귀한 말씀 해주셔서 고맙습니다. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Toda rabah.
토다라마.
Praise God.